abysmal situation of the world and the bitter incidents of history are due mainly to the wrong management of the world and the self-proclaimed centers of power, who have entrusted themselves to the devil. Continued threat by the uncivilized Zionists to resort to military action against our great nation is a clear example of this bitter reality.
The Iranian president at the United Nations stirring things up again as he always does in his annual address there. We're back with the panel. This comes one day after he told reporters this. Ahmadinejad said Israel has existed, quote, during a historical phase to create minimal disturbances that come into the picture and then are eliminated. Israel has been in the Middle East for only 60 to 70 years with the support and force of the Westerners, and Iran has existed for 10,000 years. What is the fallout of this and what this means, A.B.?
Well, I don't think his annual rant is always interesting. I don't think it's as bad as it's been in some years past, but it is dangerous. And if it wasn't, it would be amusing and he would be a good character on Saturday Night Live. But he, with the talk of the world order and everything, I think that the focus is really not going to be Ahmadinejad this year. I think it's going to be Netanyahu tomorrow. The president tried to talk tough on Iran when he spoke to the UN General Assembly, but he did not use red lines or deadlines once again. It really wasn't specific. It was, oh, we're not going to contain the threat of a nuclear Iran or a nuclear Iran, we're going to stop it. And they're running out of time, but we still prefer diplomacy. I think when we hear the Prime Minister of Israel tomorrow make very, very clear and be unequivocal about what this means as a threat to the entire world, I think it's going to put President Obama in a very tough position to explain why he is, once again, why he didn't meet with anyone this week, which I think was really shameful and he has no excuse for, but what he is going to do about a timeline for Iran.
And it was almost a thumb in the face that this speech happens on the Jewish holy day, Kirsten, and the fact that everyone always characterizes it as the annual rant and kind of says, oh, it's Ahmadinejad. Yeah. But what he's saying, especially in the quote to reporters about eliminating Israel, at some point somebody has to pay attention to. Correct? Right.
Well, yes, but he also then says, well, I didn't really say that, when we know that he did say that. He uses this as an opportunity to talk about poor Osama bin Laden's body being thrown into the water and how people should have been notified about it, I mean, I think that he is actually not as consequential, perhaps, as he used to be. His term is going to be up soon. He does take this as an opportunity to get a lot of attention, but I don't think it's as consequential as other speeches that are being given, not just Netanyahu's, but I think that President Morsi's speech was actually a little bit disturbing in terms of him claiming that there's some sort of organized campaign against Islam. There's a lot going on, and it's unfortunate that the president wasn't more forceful in his speech, I think, in sort of anticipation of the things that they're saying.
Steve, I want to talk about Iran. We're going to have many times to talk about it, but I do want to get this in about Libya and the White House saying that the president now sees it officially as a terrorist attack, although he didn't say it. He said it through Jay Carney today. But a review of what he said and what the Libyan president said today on NBC.
I heard Hillary Clinton say that it was an act of terrorism. Is it? What do you say?
Well, we're still doing an investigation. There's no doubt that the kind of weapons that were used, the ongoing assault, that it wasn't just a mob action.
And that is what we saw play out in the last 2 weeks. As a crude and disgusting video sparked outrage throughout the Muslim world.
There is enough proof that it is a pre-planned act of terrorism.
This was a pre-planned attack, not in reaction to a controversial movie?
Yes, I have no doubt about this.
Do you think the movie had anything to do with this attack on the consulate?
Not on this attack. Not on this attack. It has nothing to do with this attack.
Steve?
Look, this is a scandal of the first order. The President of the United States wasn't honest with the American people. They had known that this was a terrorist attack, that it was an al-Qaeda attack, a likely al-Qaeda attack, from day one. That's been reported by Olivier Knox of Yahoo News, Eli Lake of Newsweek. We reported it in the Weekly Standard. Everybody knows this, and the media doesn't care.
We will continue to follow it here on Fox, as we have from the beginning. That is it for the panel, but stay